Cheers to episode 166. Coffee. Damn. Evan's got a beer. Celebrating 2 big wins.
2 great wins.
Aluminum Busch Light. First time I've ever seen that.
All can.
So, friend of the podcast, Corm, Snapchatted me a picture of these. I said, you have to pick up a case
Cormick?
for me. Yeah. Found them in Grand Rapids, Meyer. If you're from the Grand Rapids area, go to Meyer. And the 15 packs of these bad boys.
That's a naughty looking can. That's like skinnier and longer than like a Bud Light.
16 ounces.
It looks the same, Grant.
I don't know.
It's just a different.
The best way to drink a beer is aluminum.
It looks like a candy.
Wow. Leave that on the pod. Whoa.
I kind of want a beer now.
Oh, that's so good. It's ice cold,
coffee
too.
going. I can't do it. I can't
So
do
we
it.
all want to drink beers? I don't have any beers.
I make it one at some point. It depends.
Oh!
My coffee, I ordered that yesterday. I got a buy one, get one deal, so I got 2 different drinks, so I didn't have I had leftover.
You're not a
little BOGO.
You're not a mother. You don't deserve a BOGO.
I know. I felt like I was stealing Mother's Day valor.
What'd you guys get for your moms?
A Dutch oven. I can't say that without that.
Like an actual
dude.
pot that you can use.
I got her an actual Dutch oven, a legitimate kitchen utensil Dutch oven. Stop laughing at it.
I think that made it worse.
It did. If you never laughed at the beginning, I think I would have been fine.
I know. I can't laugh because that's a joke that my dad and anyone says Dutch oven, immediate laughter. Like, doesn't matter what it is, I will always laugh.
The Evan stories of him in his dorm room, his first year at Michigan State, of Dutch ovening himself.
All the time. I'm a nasty sleeper.
Evan, what are your thoughts on sleeping naked? Let's just start this podcast off the right way.
I've done it multiple times. If it's so hot that it just needs to happen.
Does it really make a difference having underwear on and not having underwear on?
I mean, I wear boxers all the time, so it really didn't make a difference. But like when you kind of like have your own room, live by yourself, you can kind of do whatever you want.
You wear boxers to bed before that? Or you still do?
Evan lives in boxers.
That's all I wear is boxers.
Oh, right. But you wear loose-fitting boxers, right? Okay, so that's the equivalent of like gym shorts to bed, but a little bit tighter.
What do you wear to bed?
Like baggy shorts.
Commando baggy shorts.
Yes, no underwear, baggy shorts.
Instead of just sleeping in your underwear. Like 98% of males.
You don't want to sleep in briefs. It's bad for like your men's health down there. It's too tight, too much. I hope you haven't been doing that, Alex. No.
For the last...
You'd be shooting blanks when it's time.
Since I was 10.
You might be fine. But I actually, if you think of Google it, I don't think you're supposed to wear briefs to bed.
You also told me sleeping naked, decreases your risk of cancer or something ridiculous. So.
I sent you an article. I didn't say it. Other people have typed it out on the internet.
Yeah, the internet lies, Grant. You need to stop taking it verbatim.
But it also tells a lot of truth.
Can't wait for the I quit coffee again this week story.
No.
I'm amped for that.
I'm just trying to drink less of it. Besides, this is a bad example. This was a BOGO. What am I supposed to do? Welcome in.
Grant texted last week and said that he's not drinking coffee anymore. And now he's drinking on his podcast.
Is this like your 4th time that you've tried that?
I don't even know why you would try to stop drinking. Just embrace it.
All I said was that day I was trying to see how long I could go.
Why?
Because I wanted to try one day where I didn't drink it in the morning.
But why?
Just to spice up my life. My life is habitual routine. I wanted to feel something.
You wanted to get a caffeine migraine? Just for
I'm pretty sure that's not what I would want to do.
3 p.m. started to creep in. I had my cup because I was going to get a headache. So I can go.
You didn't even make it the whole day.
No, I can go till. I learned that I can go till 3 p.m. on a given day without getting a headache from coffee.
My time is like 9 a.m. If I haven't had coffee by 9 a.m., full headache.
Well, you're an addict.
I don't care.
Alex, I'm around you. Mine's like 9, 10 o'clock.
I'll be sitting there at work.
I can't make it to lunch.
9:30, I'm dying. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work.
I've gotten so much better, though, at only needing like 1 cup a day. That's like all I do.
I've been drinking less.
I just can't do it.
Alex, can you sit closer to your mic somehow? I feel like you're far away. Well, I guess I don't need you that close.
Is this better?
I saw somewhere someone say you should have a fist. That's a bad visual. A fist between your mouth, and your mic, if you have a mic. A fist. Wait, did you buy a mic, Alex?
No.
Yeah, you did, because you sound so much louder when you're there.
No, I didn't.
I think you're lying to us. I knew it. When did you get that?
I've had this.
I don't think you ever announced it to us that you got a different
Didn't think I needed to.
I guess you didn't. Housekeeping tonight, Monday, May 13th, 2024. It's 8:23 p.m. Eastern, 7:23 Central Time. Welcome into the number 2 sports podcast in the state of Michigan. We were number 1, but we took a week off, so we can't be number 1. You know,
Mostly Michigan sports. Congratulations.
Best ability is availability. We took a week off, which crazy. I would have thought. Did you guys see the tweet that I said about no show? Because I wanted you to guess the date if you didn't see that tweet.
I saw the tweet.
I think
Evan,
I
did you-
saw it posted on the Instagram. Did you post
So
it
you
on
would
the
know
story?
if I said what would you guess what would I guess? What would your guess be if I said when was the last time this show didn't have a new one? When would it be?
Oh, I didn't read it that closely.
Oh, so Evan could guess. Alex, did you saw it? Surprising.
When was the last time we skipped an episode?
That we didn't have a new episode out.
I think
Obviously,
it probably
people
would have
missed
been.
here and there, but
I'm gonna guess either the last week of July or the first week of August of last year.
oh wow, you're pretty spot on. It was in August. It was like the week before college football.
I guess
Pretty good
August,
run.
our camping trip, and then a couple things probably filtered there.
But
Pretty
I missed
good
like a
run.
month in a row during that period.
He never missed a month in a row. I think it
There was one stretch where Evan was gone for a long time. I thought
There was a couple stretch where I was like gone for like 2 weeks, and then I was on for one, and then I was off for another one.
I don't know though. I feel like Evan never missed back-to-back weeks. I think he when
he
people
did.
never have back-to-back losses. I don't think
No,
Evan missed
he did.
back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was always like maybe he missed a week.
There was a
was
stretch
back,
where
missed
we had
I
another
think
week.
this
host
past
a little
season.
bit.
I think this past season for basketball, I missed back to back.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. No.
I'm putting my
It just-
PTO in right now. End of June, I'll be gone. Sorry.
Myrtle Beach trip.
Myrtle Beach trip. Grant, you know so much.
I remember. Well, because that's all you go. If Evan's going somewhere, it's Myrtle Beach.
I'm putting my
South
PTO
Carolina.
in as well.
Really? Oh, wow. Bumped down to number 2, and he's out of here.
Congratulations, Connor. You're on the show. Also, I just need to give a quick shout out to Jason. Shout out Jason. That's it. Just a
No.
shout out Jason.
No reason why.
He's our biggest fan. He's very upset we didn't have a podcast last week, and he is chomping at the bit for this one.
Him and
Shout
Sam.
out Jason.
Him and Sam.
No, Jason's number 1.
I wonder if Jason and Sam, like if those two walked into a bar and got drinks together, how
Would they
would
be
that go?
buddies?
I don't know.
Oh.
All right. What are we going to talk about? Bear with us. It's been a week off. I'm a little rusty. Weekly check-ins of our life. We had some late adds to the card. Goff extended. Big fat contract for Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. The Pistons draft lottery disaster. Some questions.
I thought that was real.
No,
Oh, I
Damn.
love that. More sound effects from Evan. That's good stuff.
just don't care about it.
The Tigers 40-game mark. They are 25% done with their season.
Come on.
We're going to check in on them. Some questions about that. This was one that took the internet by storm. don't just give your answers away now, but the NBA versus NFL players debate that was sparked by Austin Rivers, which was fascinating. And then a quick check in on our footy teams. It's the end of the season for the Premier League. Evan's got the Chelsea hat on, looking sharp as ever. I do have a question for Evan from my brain about the NCAA football cover. I bet you guys can guess where that one's going, but we'll get to that when we get to it. And then our PGA picks, another late ad. I forgot that Valhalla. Is that Valhalla? Valhalla.
Where is it?
Louisville, Kentucky. I actually saw it at the gym, and I thought, holy shit. Could be there? The best. No, I was in. Well, yeah, near there. Could be the best month in the history of Louisville, Kentucky. Up there, you get the Kentucky Derby right into the PGA Championship. I mean, talk about the mecca of two sporting events, pretty much back to back. That's sick.
Pretty cool.
I mean, if you were like 18, 20 years old there, drinking some aluminum Busch Lights, just rolling the town.
Grant, the drinking age is 21 in the U.S.
Yeah, but come on. And then I have a couple of random questions if we have time, but the slate of topics for
get into it.
The slate of topics for a town that has no playoff action right now filled up fast and furious. So, without further ado, Alex, what the hell have you been up to?
I don't like how you said that.
Oh, what the hell have you been up to?
You sound like a radio host. Pretty much the standard stuff, Played some golf, living life, worked.
Indoor, outdoor?
Both, yeah.
For a substitute, you played a lot in this indoor league.
I did the math. I've played every week.
We need to poke on this
season
topic a little bit where you're creating team chemistry problems probably.
No,
someone's going to be
gone. Someone's just always busy, so I just always play. I'm not playing this week, I don't think. So, yeah, first time.
You don't get to play Valhalla on the simulator?
I do not.
I want to say Valhalla so bad. I got to keep correcting myself. Damn.
Other than that, yeah, a lot of just golf and work. It's just what I do.
Any barbecue?
No, I don't really like barbecue.
Sushi? Didn't you told me you eat Chipotle a lot?
I do eat Chipotle a lot, yeah.
That's your single bachelor in Texas lifestyle? Like you just golf, work, Chipotle.
Go to the gym.
I
only get Chipotle if I go to the gym.
I think it's the NBA
every day.
Most days.
Yeah. What is your split? What's your split right now?
Like my gym split?
No, your banana split, dipshit.
What do I do at the gym and what days?
Yes.
I'm on push pull legs. That's what I'm trying out.
So if it's take me from Sunday to Sunday, are you hitting that? Are you lifting 6 days? So you're doing that cycle twice?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah.
You're that heavy right now. I mean, that's intense.
Yeah, I mean, I have free time, so
must be nice.
What do you want me to do? I
so you
do nothing, but
you average 6 days a week. You're in the gym, 1 day off.
I mean, first
he skips leg days.
I always lift Friday, Saturday, back on. I always lift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
God, that's psychotic. Those are the days I don't want to lift.
I also think that's why Alex's lifts stand out is he's going hard in the chat because everyone else is drinking and he's at the gym. It stands out that wow, Alex is really grinding right now. When it's he's only working out, 4 to 3 days.
I go on Saturday at 10 a.m. It's not like I would be drinking anyways. It's 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I have all day. What do you want me to do? What do you guys do all day if you have nothing?
Sleep in, make a ginormous breakfast, sit on the couch, drink some coffee, just watch some football.
We'll get into it.
A couple bit. Grocery shopping, then go hit some golf balls.
The big breakfast move is crazy, Evan.
I make it, if I don't have anything going on, I make a ginormous breakfast Saturday and Sunday.
If it's just you,
don't want to waste time.
Oh my god, dude! Yes. So
that's a wild move. I can't ever picture myself doing that.
Simple breakfast, as fast as it can be made, as fast as I can eat it. Like, I'm not prepping like a bunch of pans and like making breakfast. Like I know that you want to do.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I did Saturday and Sunday.
Both days. That's
you make French toast.
Breakfast tacos down the freaking gullet. They were so
wait. You make them both mornings, or you make a big batch on Saturday and eat it again Sunday?
Nope. I fresh each day.
My God.
That's psychotic. Me lifting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is way less psychotic than making 2 big giant breakfasts for one person back-to-back days. Yes.
Oh, dude, it's so good. You get so happy when you sit down and you stuff your face around 10:30 just watching soccer.
It does sound relaxing. Just the effort to get there.
It is. And then you eat. I drink water with my breakfast and that, and then you sit down and plop your fat ass on the couch and sip some coffee and just watch whatever you want on Sunday morning, Saturday morning.
For the record, I still do that on Saturday and Sunday morning. No different than besides the whole big breakfast part. I mean, I'm just eating like
your dried oatmeal down the gullet.
Jimmy Dean's whip up sandwich in the microwave, or like cereal.
Those taste like plastic.
I had a peanut butter bagel Saturday morning.
Oh, in Minnesota, I would just order a coffee to get myself out of bed. I would be in bed, not want to get up, place the Starbucks order. So it said like you have 7 minutes to pick this up when it's ready. Make myself get out of bed, pick up a cheese Danish from there, and I would just eat that, and I'd be like content until like 3 p.m., which is also psycho, but on the other end of the spectrum.
See, I'm not a big lunch guy, so I just make a huge breakfast, and I just all the way until boom, dinner time.
I think if it was like December and I lived in Minnesota, I don't think I would like get out and like leave the apartment all weekend.
Yeah, you're always nice. Saturday was shitty weather here.
It's just always warm. So
yeah,
like
Saturday sucks.
Well, Grant, I blame it. I thought about you Saturday morning. I was like, this is Grant's fault because he said it was summer.
Summer. Not summer on Saturday, confirmed. It was
not
cold.
Summer.
Weather hasn't been great here, but
summer again today was muggy.
Sunday. Couldn't golf. Couldn't golf Sunday. Got rained out.
Sunday was maybe the best weather day of the year.
Sunday was fantastic. Happy Mother's Day.
Heard it was like
Happy Mommy's Day.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was perfect. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, a little breezy.
So I feel like we know what Alex has been up to. Evan, what have you been up to?
Baseball, high school baseball.
Which is almost done, right?
It is. Week from tomorrow is my last game. Week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow.
Okay. We play Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday.
Wait, say that again? How many days?
We play Wednesday, a single on Wednesday, doubleheader on Friday, doubleheader on Saturday, doubleheader on Tuesday.
Holy cow.
Then it's over.
Holy cow.
Turn your stuff in on Wednesday at school.
Woo, doggy.
Do
you help out with district prep?
Yes, I always get offered, and if I'm not doing anything, I'll go help at practice.
Evan, you just said how much you love your free time. Why are you using it on that?
Oh, free time. That's just after work. You just go to practice. That's not like mornings.
You spend that time prepping French toast.
I don't have to.
Evan's always making breakfast.
What is your breakfast every morning on a weekday?
It changes. I just get into like these certain patterns.
What did you have this morning?
Well, weekdays it's different. This morning I had cereal.
That's why I'm asking.
Cereal before I left the gym. I came back and I had 2 muffins before I went to school.
Carb loading.
I just whatever's handy.
So you don't make anything on the weekdays.
I'm not opening up some pans and making eggs and bacon. I'm not doing that. Because I feel bad with my roommates if I was clanking pans around at 5 a.m. before I go to the gym.
When you say go to the gym, the working, like you go
to work, correct, to work.
But you get your lift in while you're there.
I lift a couple things, but no, I'm not allowed to lift while I'm working.
You don't lift when you're done working?
I have to sprint home, change, and then sprint to my other job.
Evan, can you adjust the AirPods? I think there's like a little bit of feedback from them. I don't think it's Alex. Are you touching anything else?
Probably it is. Just wear them upside down.
All right, try talking now.
How about now?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
How about now?
What else, Alex? Do you want to deep dive into my life? So this past Saturday, I went to Grant. I don't know if it even was built while we were going through travel baseball. Legacy in Brighton.
Never heard
Legacy Sports Complex, ginormous sports complex, huge indoor facilities, outdoor baseball fields. The worst playing conditions I've ever witnessed in my life. Saturday. The worst field conditions. It was a mud pit, and they were still playing baseball games. Like
because of the weather?
Because of money. The weather affected it because it rained heavy Friday into Saturday. And it's just been so wet here that nothing can dry out fully, so nothing can hold water. It was standing in mud. It was so bad.
I wouldn't play. I don't think I'd play.
The worst I've ever seen.
Oh, Evan, if you played in a softball league, would you wear cleats?
Depends. I don't think I would because I have so many like turf shoes, baseball shoes that I wouldn't have to worry about it. Not that's gonna make that big of a difference, but I would just wear those. I would also wear baseball pants. I would be that guy and wear baseball pants. Okay, roommate, friend of the podcast, Ben. He was playing.
I saw his wound,
and he slid trying to make it for a triple, and his leg looked absolutely disgusting. I felt so bad for him.
Grant and I today about it.
I saw it like the day after. He comes limping in, like, "Hey man," and he shows me his leg. Oh my god, it was disgusting. Disgusting.
It's such a Benny V move.
Put some peroxide on that thing.
It's such a Benny V move to just like leg it out a triple and you just hit it. Like he just sent it.
So if you were playing in the infield, like shortstop, what shoes are you wearing?
I'm wearing my turf coaching shoes that I wear.
What if you don't have those?
On dirt? You wear those on dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, on dirt. You think
on dirt, I would wear those shoes, Alex.
Like you would tell me that's what I should buy and not cleats.
You can buy cleats. You don't need to buy metal cleats.
No,
I want him to buy metal cleats, even though they're not allowed.
Those aren't allowed.
It'd be so sick if you show up in metal, like fresh white cleats.
If you wear cleats and then others aren't, you just look like a loser. So, like, if you just
buy football
shoes,
cleats,
they're safe.
Buy football cleats. They're usually not as bulky. The spikes are usually a little bit smaller.
I don't know. I might just.
I'm just painting a funny visual in my head right now. You guys want to hear what it is?
Just buy new tennis shoes and wear those, Alex. Or say who gives a shit? It's slow pitch softball. Just wear tennis shoes.
I just don't want to try to field and then I run and I just slip and fall all over the place.
You're not going to slip. It's not like it's like
softball off the chin.
You're not running on ice. It's dirt.
Dude, I'm just picturing Alex showing up in his fresh cleats. He feels the first ground ball normal. He goes to throw it and airmails it. And they're like, God, this kid stinks. He's got fresh cleats on and everything. That's when it backfires. Like if you mess up your first couple ground balls.
Just be like, hey, I got left field.
I did. I was assigned to the hot corner.
Third base.
No, shortstop and in the middle of the hot.
You do not want I think short is.
I don't want to even play short.
Short's gonna be. It's gonna be fun as hell though. I feel like that's a good spot.
You think I gotta lay out
longer throw though.
Balls? It's supposed to be an overly competitive league.
Oh, then yes. God. You should get an Evo Shield.
New sunglasses.
Yep.
Sunflower seeds.
Dude, let Evan and I dress you. This is like I'll live through you. I want to be in a league like this so bad.
The only other highlight I've had, I went to golf last Sunday, not Mother's Day, but the last Sunday, and I golfed behind Alex's father and friends.
Oh nice. Yeah, my dad texted me.
I played with them for 1, 2, 3. I played with them for 4 holes because it was super slow.
Shout out G, broke 80, first time out at racing.
Wow, he was playing well.
Shot like 79.
Damn, everyone's
Besides his
climbing
tee
it.
shot on 8. Besides his tee shot on 8, he was playing well.
This
Need to get
first
on
and
a
only
course.
time he's played this year.
He looked good.
All
Good to see him.
right. Mine is not anything crazy. I had a classic male weekend. What did I do? I vegged a lot. I watched a lot of documentaries that were on my list that that Marissa would have no interest in. Watched the Manchester City documentary on Netflix. Very good. I would say even if you aren't a Manchester City
I didn't
fan.
like it.
Really? What
The
about?
only part I liked was that they showed our facility, and that was about it. That's the only part
I thought
watched.
well, I was going to compare it. So, spoiler alert, on Saturday, I watched a old documentary. I know you, Alex, you said you watched it. Evan, have you seen Pony Excess, the 30 for 30 about SMU?
I think
Yes,
it's
I have.
every
Pony
30 for
Express.
30
Isn't
worth
it
of
called
shit.
Pony Express?
Oh, yeah. Excess or Express? I don't know if they did a play on words with
I think they did a play on words.
It's Pony Express.
yeah, the doc is called Excess. The team was called the Pony Express, like the running backs, but they called it Excess.
That's probably why, because that's all they called it. Okay, but yes, I have seen a documentary.
That's the SMU death penalty one?
Yep.
Yeah, that one's good.
So that one was older, but I actually thought that one was more intriguing than the City one because, well, it could have been because I didn't know the story that well of SMU where I watched Manchester City win the treble. But I will say this, the way it was edited, the Pony Excess one, like, didn't give you any time to breathe. It was just nonstop in your face, like new bombshells, new facts. Whereas Man City was like really high quality footage and everything and modern, but there was points where it was a little slow. The Manchester City part that was awesome was when they won the Champions League, they kind of did like every single player on the team, like talking about what it meant to them. And that was sick. The way they filmed that was cool. But the SMU one was, I'm late to the party, but that was like, if you like college football whatsoever, people are probably like, yeah, Greg, you dumb idiot. I've seen that 10 years ago. Like, where were you when it came out? I never watched it. It was awesome. Learning about even like the Southwest Conference. Alex, you basically live in this part of the country now. Just the oil money coming in.
Basically.
You do. You don't live in Dallas, but you live in Houston. And I was just thinking.
Out, like, our sophomore year of high school, I watched it after the Heisman Trophy ceremony in like 2012.
I don't think I would have appreciated it then, to be honest.
Oh, I thought it was great then.
I think I needed, like, this was the right time for me to see it because I just watched Michigan go through scandals and they still have potential NCAA sanctions looming. It was just crazy. When they gave them the death penalty and then they had the footage of like coaches coming for the transfers in the parking lot of the building, like the next day was crazy. And then they do the cut scene to when SMU has homecoming the next year and they do a hard cut to a soccer game. And I was like, wow, that would suck so bad if your football team got taken away from you and you were a student there. Like just a student, like at Michigan State, if they just took away the team, it'd be insane. But everyone was doing it, is what they were saying. Like everybody was just paying people weekly. It was nuts. So it was eye-opening to see like how everyone gets their panties in a wads over people getting paid. But even back then, like if you're getting paid $400,000 a month back then with inflation, it's still good cash. Really good cash.
$100,000 a month, Grant?
400 to 1,000. 400 to 1,000.
Holy, you said like that's not bad. That's like life-altering money.
Well, that'd be insane in today's economy. Yeah, no, 400 to like 1,000. What they were saying.
Got it.
Also, kind of eye-opening too. I didn't really. This was like big brain moment for me when I was thinking about the dynamics, at least back then, where when you're a booster paying for a 18-year-old to come to your college, you think you have the power over them because you're the one convincing them to come to your school, but they really have the power over you because as you learn in the documentary, all it takes is one of those kids to become pissed off and go to the media and say, hey, I'm not, this is what's happened and I'm not getting paid and I want to whistle blow. And then everything blows up in your face. So basically, if you're just a talented 18-year-old in that time, like you control everything because you just say, hey, they're snitching on me. I'm going to snitch on them for paying me.
Yeah,
Which is
but if you
eye-opening.
snitch on them, like other schools aren't going to want to pay you or like want you.
True. It did look like it ruined some people's lives, the snitches. It didn't look like they...
Snitches get stitches, bro.
Also, Musburger had just a jaw-dropping line in the whole thing. Just should be put on a T-shirt. When another fascinating thing, you had like Skip Bayless and all the media people in Dallas at the time that were fighting for views in the newspaper. So they were trying to uncover the dirt. And when Musburger said, I think he said it like, when the local media turns their guns on you, you're dead. And I was like, that is deep. And that goes to the blue wall theory, where like they never go at Michigan hard. And then you saw that with Mel Tucker when like Graham Couch is coming out saying, get this guy the out, he's a pervert. It's like, yeah, you're cooked. Like, you're done. Like, when the local media people that like kind of have your back turn on you and start digging up dirt on you, you're done. You're not gonna keep your job. But very, very interesting.
Good doc.
Good doc. And then Sunday went to the driving range. Hit 100 golf balls and hit some putts. Did not record it on a live stream like we talked about, and I'm glad I didn't because I was very rusty and I have a lot of work to do. And I talked to Alex, he's not a great golf coach, but he kind of nudged me towards the path of reconstructing my swing from ground up and trying to figure it out the long and hard way. So I think that might be what I'm embarking on. So stay tuned for that. I just have to commit to it.
The best thing I've learned in golf is you can make 1,000 tweaks over and over again. If you don't have the fundamentals, you'll never be very good. And you don't.
And I can't even use the baseball excuse because I played baseball with Evan, and he's a lot better than me.
Played baseball.
Cody played baseball.
Played baseball.
Cody did transition though into like
baseball.
More. Yeah. I have no excuse. I just need to figure it out. I need to learn the fundamentals, grasp them, and then I still want to feel. I don't want to be a robot that just like does the fundamentals to say I'm doing the fundamentals. I want to find something that works for me because I'm not the most flexible person, so I am going to have some limitations in my golf swing of like what I can physically do. So I need to figure out what works for me and be an athlete.
You think it'd be easy to hit a golf club ball holding a golf club like this?
No. I mean, it's a hockey stick.
Like, you might square it up sometimes, but like if you have a bad grip to begin with, you're like just severely destroying your chances of like having any consistency at all. The Tigers won.
Yeah.
Tigers won.
Mm-hmm. They did win.
Golf's hard.
Golf's hard, man. And it's almost a pride thing. I don't want, like, I was thinking about the NBA versus NHL debate. I was thinking about baseball versus golf. And I consider baseball, like, I think a professional hitter is a tougher job than being a professional golfer. Because I think the variables of the pitcher, in theory, should be so much more tough than a line ball still on the ground. So I need to almost internalize this ego that I have and use that as my fuel to force myself to get good at golf and say I was a better golfer by the end of my life than I was at the peak of when I could hit a baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I would disagree. I think being a professional golfer at the like PGA Tour elite level versus like the baseball elite level, it's got to be very close, but I would think golf is just as hard. There's a lot of variables you can't control in golf.
I'm curious what Evan thinks between the two.
I think baseball is way harder than golf.
I think people can pick up baseball quicker.
No.
Can't master it though. Like
No.
you're telling me if someone threw a little like 10-mile-an-hour pitch to you, most people could probably hit it.
But we're not talking 10 miles an hour, Alex. It's soft toss.
I'm talking from like ground up. Like you pick
Some
up
people
a golf
can't
club versus
swing a
picking
golf
up
club.
bat. Correct.
What I'm saying is you could take Torkel Center and take Riley Green and put them on the PGA Tour, and they would look less out of place than Rory McIlroy in the batter's box against Paul Skeens.
Oh, yeah.
I think they both would look equally terrible. If you put Torkelson on a PGA Tour event, he would shoot like 140.
I agree. But
Terrible.
Okay, maybe Torquey's more like muscular, like smash ball, like a fluid hitter. Like Riley Green, with a nice like lefty stroke. I'm sure he could probably look to the eye not that bad hitting a golf ball.
You're telling me if you didn't put like Brooks Koepka in a full baseball uniform and did the whole bit, he wouldn't look like okay?
He's probably your best representative.
He would not look okay.
But I don't think he'd look. But he's the good pick to choose to stand in the batter's box.
Like
he would look
put him in a box and he takes a couple cuts. I think he would be okay. He's pretty athletic.
Maybe.
I'm not saying he'd get a hit or anything.
It's also a volume game. There's more people in the MLB that would look more natural on tour than like Patrick Reed. What the hell is that guy gonna do in a batter's box? Bunt?
You think
Can't
Tiger
lay.
Woods would look bad in a batter's box?
Yeah.
I think he'd look all right.
I mean, he'd look cool in a Sunday red helmet, but I don't think
these golfers are still also professional athletes. I think a lot of them would be like, okay, serviceable. There's plenty of like fat ones that you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy would suck. But if you send out like some of these, like you send Prince Fielder to a golf course, he'd be terrible.
I don't know, dude. He could be like John Daly. Just we don't know it.
No.
Now it's tough because pitchers in baseball are actually pretty good at golf because they just golf on their off days. So it has to be just a batter because a pitcher would probably look the most normal on a golf course because they're supposed to be better. Because a lot of baseball hitters, they try not to golf because they get in the head with the swing. So I don't know, but definitely more would look less out of place. They would still shoot terrible. I agree with you. I'm just saying it would look less out of place.
I just feel like that argument doesn't really make sense. Like looking out of place versus like the fact that you would just be equally bad at both.
No, like Riley Green, again, I've never seen him golf, could hit a couple of golf shots where like, okay, nice. Whereas I don't think
that
Rory,
doesn't remotely put you like to the level of a professional golfer.
No, but
not even sniffing it.
No, but if you were watching a golf broadcast over the weekend and they tune into a couple of his shots, he has a better chance of looking like, oh, okay, that was a drive down the middle. Yes, his score is still going to be terrible. But if you tuned into Rory at the plate, he's not making contact with the ball, and he's just going to look like a doofus, I think. Not to pick on Rory.
Rory's kind of a weird case where he has literally only done golf in his whole life. Nothing else. Brooks Koepka, I think, is a much more fair example of someone who's played other sports.
We got to get Brooks Koepka in the batter's box.
But you were talking about high school pitching. Like, you don't think Brooks Koepka could hit off some high school pitchers? Evan, you see high school pitching these days.
Depends on who it is, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's different, Alex.
Correct. It is different. Grant's argument for these dudes playing golf is like if they're out with their buddies and they hit a couple of decent tee shots.
The bigger point is I'm going to get mad at myself if I can't figure out golf because I think baseball is harder than golf. And if I can't figure out golf, then I'm a joke.
I think this is just showing that golf's harder because you were pretty good at baseball and you have zero ability in golf.
So far.
You've been trying for like a few years now.
Quote unquote trying. I've never really committed myself to it.
Whatever gets you through it.
I've never committed myself the way I committed myself to hitting in like a baseball cage. It's always been like one range session, do like a million different things on said range session, take one thing from one shot, like that's how I'm going to hit this summer, and then change that next summer. Although I did try to change my batting stance a lot. So maybe I'm in my own head about swinging things in general.
You definitely are overthinking a lot of things. Yeah.
It's more so what I texted you where like golf annoys me because when I shoot a basketball, when I throw a football, when I swing a baseball bat, I don't think about what I'm doing. I just do it because it feels natural. And golf is the furthest thing from that, where when I stand over a ball or I stand over a putt, especially, I couldn't feel like less athletic. Like I'm nervous I'm going to mess something up, which is a crazy feeling to have when I throw a dart. Don't even think about it. Throw a dart. That's what I need to overcome.
Because you're spelling it out. Golf's really hard.
Not as hard as
much
baseball.
harder than bowling.
Bowling, yeah.
I don't know.
But hole in one easier than a 300 though, so they get that going
totally.
front.
Probably.
All right. Lengthy
That'd be a
check-ins
spicy
here.
debate online. That'd be a spicy debate.
I'll make a note of it. I'll frame it like the NBA one. Golf versus MLB. I'll do it later. Okay. Jared Goff, our captain, our quarterback, extended. The actual numbers, the sticker price, the sticker shock was 4-year, $212, but the guaranteed is $170 is the number it's guaranteed at, which I don't think we have all the details. We do not have all the details of like how it's structured, what's the cap hit each year. But if you do the 170 divided by 4, that's $42.5 million over 4 years guaranteed. We'll see how they split up. Obviously, if it gets to the 212, it's $53 million. But I'm going to guess the way they structure that there's going to be some sort of out to this contract, probably going into year 4, where like they take some dead money, but it probably won't be outrageous. It's just hard to speak on the specifics right now because we don't know it fully. Besides X's and O's, well, maybe that's part of it, but I want to get Evan's thoughts because I feel like I know where Alex and I are going to go with this. Evan, what did you think when you saw that tweet come through or get texted to you or whatever?
I honestly, first thing I thought was about time it happens.
All right.
Because he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. So
okay. Spicy. That's a clip.
I just don't want you to see. I don't want it he sees Amon-Ra and Sewell get paid right away, and then the prize possession in the NFL, the most important position in all of sports is the quarterback, and he has to sit through an entire year, and we battled the whole contract debate. Like the
Squidward meme, looking out the window.
I love that it happened now, way before the season, way before OTAs, everything under the table. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that he's happy that we found a guy and we're not going to play this whole. When we initially got him, I thought we all said, okay, 2-year bridge gap, move on. Now we for sure have him for, like you said, we probably have him for at least a solid 3 years, 4th year. Who knows if we're still running it and the lines are still good. We have him for 4 years. And it's I'm not even that, I wish contracts weren't this big. I really do. But he's the second highest in the NFL. He's behind Joe Burrow. I think he's makes $500,000, 0.5 more than Justin Herbert. And it's all going to get fluctuated. And pretty soon he's going to be the 7th highest paid by the end of it. It's just, and the cap's going to go up. So his cap number is going to go down every single year because it's the NFL.
Caps always goes up. Trying to find the guaranteed. So again, still without knowing everything. So this could age however, but if you go by total guaranteed money in your contract, he is the 6th highest player in the NFL. So starting from the top, we got Deshaun Watson at $230 million, one of the craziest contracts the sport has ever seen. We got Burrow, who got paid recently, $219. You got Herbert at $218, basically the same time frame those were done. You got Lamar at 4th with $185. Jalen Hurts with $179, basically $180. And then our guy Goff at $170. Just below him, Russell Wilson has $161 guaranteed still. And Kyler Murray has $160. And then you got Josh Allen at $150, Mahomes at $141. I mean, the black magic the Chiefs did to structure that thing, it's a 9-year whatever deal they did. They
just restructured it recently.
Oh.
So I don't know what it changed to, but
they're probably doing they're definitely doing some cap gymnastics, and he's probably taking a little bit of a discount, which he can do that because he's won multiple Super Bowls and he's getting all these ad deals, so it's different. I get it, but
he's very rich.
If you put Jared Goff's guaranteed money though between Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson, you feel a lot less bad about the money on that end than when people are like, oh, he's 2nd highest paid. So again, we need to see the year by year breakdown of when is that cap hit gonna potentially screw us. If I'm thinking out loud here, I feel like they might do this deal top heavy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we have a lot of guys like the 2 cornerbacks. Hutch we haven't paid yet. Lee McNeil we haven't paid yet. So maybe like we front load it now, and then towards like year 3 it gets a little bit lighter, or they just do it evenly. I don't know. I'm not sure. Alex, your thoughts when you saw it, your boy?
Remember the conversation we had several times about like whenever we get to that Jared Goff option and we just cut him? We've come a long ways.
When we were talking about that 2-year
on this podcast,
yeah,
whenever like after 2 years we can dump him.
Yeah,
and now we're here. It's crazy. Good for Jared. Very happy to have him back in Detroit. I didn't really see anybody like hating on it, so I mean, I expected like a year ago if this were to happen before the season we just had, people would be like, "Oh my God, we need to just draft the quarterback." Blah blah.
Great point.
And then now everyone's like, "Oh, this is great, Jared Goff," and we're like chanting Jared Goff's name in the streets of Detroit. But not everyone could be on the bandwagon as early. But I'm happy Jared's still in Detroit because the alternative is someone probably not very good.
It's a rookie quarterback that
has a hit rate of 35% or something terrible.
I think those Jared Goff chants probably added that extra $12 million onto that deal. I feel like he probably was at a good $200 million. And then his agents like showed him the clip of Amon-Ra saying that before the draft. He was like, "You're going to let this dude walk? Let's make it 12.
There wasn't a report that they were super far off. I wonder what that number was. We doubled his salary, basically. We just doubled it.
Yeah. I just got to see the numbers.
I don't know if they were ever far off.
Because they are.
That's according to report. They said they were far off.
Yeah, I just like they were working hard to get to. Yeah. But they are $50 million apart on the guaranteed versus the sticker price. So I am curious, like, was it like, hey, we'll give you 212 if everything goes well, but like if shit hits the fan, kind of like we're comfortable with 170, which is a lot more manageable, I feel like, based on the average value of like 42 a year. So it's all fun coupon banana land money at the end of the day. It's not our money. As long as they can maneuver the cap fine with it. We might get to the point in a couple of years, though, where we have all these young players that need contracts and like in a Lee McNeil, who I said might be a guy that just ends up hitting free agency and getting a bag somewhere else. Because
we're not going to keep everyone, Grant.
No, because you're gonna want to pay Brian Branch. You're hopefully going to want to pay Terry and Arnold. You're going to want to pay. I don't know about JMO. JMO could be a guy looking around like, oh shit, depending on how he plays this year, what happens with money. But I like Jared Goff a lot. I was also thinking too. We used to always talk about Giselle and Tom. Goff's gotten some mega deals, another one, and he's going to get another one probably because he's going to be 30. He's still only 29. He's going to be like 33 when this is done. He can easily play another 4 years to 37. His wife's a supermodel on the cover of SI. What is their net worth together? That's got to be stupid money between the two of them.
He's going to partly own the Lions after he's done.
That should be America's couple right there. That is.
Sean McVay dumped Jared Goff. And there was probably real like talk amongst like sports people that like Jared Goff's career was like over.
Yes,
and that was to Detroit. It was dead. He's only 2 games over 500 in Detroit.
Well, Evan, the first year.
First year was a fever dream.
Record.
Won like 0 games.
Walk off against the Vikings.
1 game. 1 tie. 1 game. 1.
Yeah. Oh my God, the tie versus the Steelers was one of the most miserable
throw
games
that
of
out,
football.
and Jared's last 2 years have been pretty remarkable. But just like for a guy that like we've seen the resurgence of QBs lately, like dead in the water, and then now all of a sudden getting brand new contracts. Like Baker Mayfield died like 3 times, still kicking around. Maybe Sam Darnold's about to revitalize his career in Minnesota. Doubt it. But you never know. Just feels like just happy for Jared. Sean McVay.
Yeah. It also, too, that's the tweet from Ross Tucker that I bookmarked today that just was thinking back to that day that he said, I'm old enough to remember when the Lions got an extra first-round pick in the Stafford trade just to take on Jared Goff's contract. Like, it was looked at such a hindrance to our franchise to have to take on that deal of his quality of quarterback after scoring 3 points in a Super Bowl. And now we're giving him a contract. To the point, though, Evan, I just thought about this here looking at his cap number. I don't have it further back. But like his cap hit in the past few years has been over $30 million. So that's one thing that could be nice for Brad is that he's already been operating, having to do his budget around a guy that's making a decent chunk of money. Like we used to talk about his contract when we signed him. That it's pretty high for a quarterback because he did get a fat contract from LA. So like adding an extra 8 to 10 million, yes, it's going to hurt you. But like it's not like it's Jalen Hurts going from a rookie scale deal where they could just build everything around him to now paying him a max and then having to reshape everything. So it's going to be more, obviously, but I feel like Brad should have a good handle on like finessing this because it's not like he's going from a $10 million quarterback to a $40 million quarterback. He's going from a $35 million quarterback to a $45 million quarterback.
But the cap also increased, so it's just inflation, really. It's not even going to be that much different.
Yeah, and when the next guy gets paid, when CJ Stroud gets paid, when Jordan Love gets paid, and he's won less playoff games, but he's going to get a fat bag too, a huge bag.
Who is the next quarterback to get paid?
I don't know. That's a good question. Oh God,
probably Tua.
Tua's got to be up.
He's in that draft class with Herbert and Burrow, right?
I think
Tua's next.
I think Dax ends soon.
Yeah.
Dak's not going to get paid. He's already had his moment. You're telling me he's going to get paid even more?
No, Dak's going to get
Some other
paid.
team will pay him for sure.
Dak's going to get paid. It's going to make us feel good. It's going to make us feel good.
He's a good regular season QB. Yeah,
I mean, it could be worse. We could be the Giants and have Daniel Jones' contract.
Yeah.
But
Dak is 2024.
If we're going to learn anything, you just can't give up on the QB after like a couple bad years. They can still turn it around.
I think it's the Giants, though.
It's rare, though, dude. We got lucky as hell.
Also, shout out Brad and Dan from the beginning. They said that Jared was their guy. And we were
those psycho.
We're all like, you guys are lying. You guys just tell me.
You guys are just telling us that because that's what we want to hear. No, they were serious.
And he was so bad his first year here. He was so bad.
Fumbled like 40 times. I was like, I'm going to have to get rid of my Jared Goff jersey. Evan told me to burn it on multiple occasions.
Fumbled all the time. Just couldn't stop fumbling.
He was learning the system. That's what we were telling ourselves. He was learning the system. Just learning how to be comfortable. Jordan Love, Dak Prescott both have deals expiring in 2024. So when you see Jordan Love's number, he's younger than Jared. You just think back to this and be like, oh, Jared's pretty cheap considering that. Well, CJ's going to be the highest paid quarterback within 2 to 3 years. So,
yeah. We can't move on until we do touch on that. This was a huge victory lap day for Hendon Hooker haters. And I don't know if you wanted to take one last poke at that pick before we move on to our topics.
I was always right.
It's way too early to say you're always right. He's only been in the league for 1 year.
Honestly, if knock on wood, I hope Jared Goff never gets injured because he always plays excellent football. If he does get injured, you're kind of hoping that we just suck and we get like a very talented player instead of trying to like backpack into the playoffs and just lose in the first round because our inexperienced quarterback can't win in the playoffs. Like, Alex, we're not winning the Super Bowl. We have a 1,000 times better chance to win the Super Bowl with Jared Goff than Hendon Hooker, no matter what. No matter who's on our football team.
No one's going to deny that.
So you might as well be freaking 6-11 and rather be 9-9.
I might trust Ben Johnson to do something with Hendon Hooker for a 1 year basis, if that's what we're thinking. How long did Jordan Love sit?
At least 3 years, 4 maybe.
Alex, we're not the Falcons.
Aaron Rodgers sit
3-4 years.
I mean,
Alex, we're not any franchise based off success. We have it. We need to run it. And we're not just being like, well.
I know, but I'm just saying if Jared plays out his next 4 and then Hendon's, 29 or whatever age, should be ready at that point.
I mean, I'm willing to say that I see Evan's point. I'm not fully conceding to him, But I'm just thinking in my head, like, what validates that pick? Like, if Jared were to somehow go down, again, this is all, like, please never happen. But if he were to get hurt when, like, week 13 and we had a little bit of work to do to clinch the division, and let's say Hooker does enough and then we win, like, 2 playoff games and maybe he comes up short in the conference championship, is that validate the third pick because, like, we at least continued success and got to win a couple more playoff games? Like, to me, that would be like, all right, I'm glad we had a guy that could do that, as opposed to, like, living with that fear of, like, if Goff goes down, then we're just effed. It's tough.
I'd rather have
the
the starting quarterback just, if he goes down, that's like half of the NFL is that way. Their backup are no names players that are just in the locker room.
Yeah.
We brought in Teddy Bridgewater last year.
He could not have. That would have been bad.
Like, there are some no-name backup quarterbacks. Like, look at the Cardinals' backup quarterbacks when Kyler went down. They just ran through every no-name.
I think you don't want that, I don't think.
I think you do. I think it really doesn't matter. You want as low cap hit as possible.
It's more exciting to at least have someone that could be good versus someone that you know is bad.
2 examples that would just change your life, and this is the dice roll I'm guessing Brad Holmes took, was 1, Nick Foles, Eagles year, comes in, wins the Super Bowl somehow, and Cardale Jones with Ohio State. What if Hendon Hooker...
That was college football, Grant.
It's still crazy. What if Hendon Hooker can pull in Nick Foles out of his butt, and you're because this team could. This team runs the football first.
This is my only thing with that comparison, Grant. Yes, he was the backup, but Nick Foles had NFL starting experience,
and
Hendon Hooker hasn't played a snap in the NFL.
Not yet. He's going.
Wait till preseason. He's going to.
Yeah, but he's not even get the. By the time that if he ever has to play, he would never even come close to the experience that Nick Foles had before Nick Foles took the starting job.
What about Jalen Hurts? That was a questionable draft pick.
Well, the only thing I would say about that was because Carson Wentz is coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah.
Jared Goff's not coming off an injury. Okay. Jared Goff is coming off fully healthy, ready to sling the rock.
I would need to see what players were drafted around.
It was actually reverse, Alex. Hendon Hooker was the one coming off an ACL injury, and Jared Goff was healthy.
I don't think it hurts to have talent in your quarterback room, and he's probably more talented than some of these scrubs that we're listing off.
Correct. I agree with you there. He did have a phenomenal year in a system that lets him throw the football with NFL wide receivers, but I also currently would like to see that 4th-round pick then used on depth elsewhere.
3rd, Evan, even worse.
He was a 3rd-round pick, so even because Brad Holmes has hit.
We got to let Brad do his one crazy pick every year. That's just how it's going to be.
Well, that was crazy.
His pick that year was Broderick Martin. That was his crazy pick that year.
We still don't know about these players. You can't just make these.
I agree.
Judgments.
No, but that was a crazy pick that year. Going up to get Broderick Martin, people were like, who? That was crazy that year. But Broderick Martin, I saw pictures. He slimmed down. He looks like he can move around a little bit. So I like that. The Hendon Hooker big elephant, though, we make fun of Penix all we want. But if this does play out where he's somehow on our roster when this Goff contract expires, he's going to be 30 years old. He is 26 right now. Hendon Hooker's 26. So he would start. If he somehow that's where I'm if he plays good in the preseason, do we just use him as trade bait for a team that wants to come? What do you mean, AJ McCarron?
That's what happened. He was sick in the preseason. He had never played. He was old, and they traded him. And he's been a career. He got traded to the Raiders, and they're oh, he's going to start, and he was a backup. It's
a little unfair to Hendon too. It's still too early to tell. Like I said, you never know with how things can change. But
he couldn't even play football last year.
Yeah, true. He probably doesn't have that mindset. He's probably I'm just grateful to be here. I'm going to fight for my role.
He's getting that 3rd-round money to be on an awesome team in a cool city. Well, not cool to live, but cool fans.
Whoa.
I don't know. Let's just be honest.
Make Detroit cool again. Moves to Houston, starts talking shit about where
Houston's
he was raised.
Super cool. I'm just saying in general. Do you go and hang out downtown Detroit if there's no sporting event, Grant?
Not a lot.
Okay, that's all I mean. There's nice surrounding areas for sure.
Bad weather state for majority of the year. That's fair to say. Just say that.
But my point was he's got a good gig. So he's probably like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm also learning from Jared Goff and Ben Johnson, who's a offensive mastermind.
And Mark Brunell.
And I get to play for Dan Campbell on a really good team. So I can imagine worse spots for the guy.
You want to talk about just thinking about his coaches, go from his college coach, Jeremy Pruitt, to Dan Campbell. You want to talk about two guys that have opposite jawlines?
He had Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel too, for 1 year.
Sorry, that's what I was thinking. Yes. Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel's chin versus Dan Campbell's.
He doesn't have a chin. He has a neck.
Correct. Moving along to topic, Pistons draft lottery disaster.
So, like, people that don't think it's not real, it's so real. Oh, my God. Oh, that was 100% real. Let it out, Dylan.
Sorry, did you guys say something? You're talking about
picturing someone driving on the highway and swerving off when they hear that sound come through the speaker. Honey, was that you? Evan, what were you going to say? People something.
It's 100% rigged.
It can't be.
Yes, it is. Okay,
it's a
it
dumb
has
system.
to be. Okay, then this is what I want. I want them to drop the balls live.
They used to do that.
Drop the balls live so everybody gets to watch. Actually, it happened. If they just did that, all of this hoopla would go away. Like it was literally just
hoopla.
But Evan, when you only have a 14% chance to get the first pick in the beginning, it's already horrible odds. You basically have no chance.
Alex,
of getting
the Hawks had a 3% chance to get the first pick, and they got it.
Yeah, correct.
This also doesn't make sense. Like the Hawks were like way back where, and then like the 10th pick happened, and they're like, "Oh, yep, the Hawks are automatically in the 4th, like in the top 4."
So I think it was a trade. I think they had someone's pick though. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
That was their pick?
Yeah.
Okay, what about picks 9 through 5? Why can't they get those picks? It was like, nope, the Hawks are automatically in the top 4.
I don't know how it works.
I don't think it's.
But there's some mathematical reasoning behind those.
Drop the balls live, and I wouldn't bitch.
Drop the balls live.
It's like they
drop
take
them
the
out.
Hawks balls out like for the next 4 picks or something, and then they
put
them back in.
They've moved up 5 spots, so they just can keep on going.
It's some weird shit like that. Yes.
I'll say this.
Stupid.
I think it's very stupid. I think, again, though, other side of my brain, they created this system to prevent people from tanking. And it definitely works because there's no point in being bad because you're guaranteed absolutely nothing when you're bad. We've learned that the hardest way.
Pistons aren't trying to be bad. We just suck.
Agreed.
We just 100% suck.
When did they change this? Did they change the rules to be strict like this during the process Sixers? Because in my brain that is registering, and I want to say Sixers for this because I don't think it was always this strict.
It was not always this. It was
14% for the first pick. It used to be significantly higher than that.
Well, I think the NBA was one of the teams that always had the draft lottery, but also they had like this percentage-wise thing.
There's always been a lottery.
Yeah, but like the top 3 picks weren't always like the same percent. Like the top 3 worst teams weren't always the same percentage.
It was like made sense. Now it doesn't.
They changed it 2019, and there's an article saying blame the 76ers for the draft lottery changing. It's their fault because they were so open about tanking in the process, and they're like, no, we're not going to let you do this. The lottery used to be just for the top 3 picks in the entire draft, which I think is how it should be. There's no way that if you're the worst team that you should get pick 5. You should be 3 at the worst if you want to do this stupid system. It should be 3 at the worst.
Yeah. I mean, and you have to think that these are like professional basketball teams and organizations, and the people that work there in like team ops are probably pretty competitive people. No one wants to just be bad. There might be like an occasional one-off team that tanks because they started the season garbage because they were already bad to begin with, and then they just tank the rest of the way. But like, who gives a bleep if like the bottom 5 teams at the end of the year, there's like 20 games left, they know they're bad, and they all just start playing. They just keep losing. What does it hurt? Who cares? Let them be bad. And let them have one pick. And then once they get that pick, they're not going to do that because they'll have a player they want, and then hopefully be better. Bad teams can't get better in this stupid system.
The only team that was openly like we were trying to lose for multiple years was that Sixers team. There's not been another team like, yes, we did the year we got Cade. I texted you guys. Ironically, the year we were most open about sucking for the last 20 games, where we would sit Jeremy Grant for no reason, was the year we actually got rewarded Cade. The last 2 years, Cade broke his shin, got surgery, didn't plan on that happening, and then this year we just hired a coach who didn't want to coach anymore, but we gave him the biggest contract in the history of the game. And he played Killian Hayes over Jay and Ivy for like 40 games. So we were bad and a poorly constructed team. It's not like we were
literally just sucked 2 years in a row. We were just horrible. It was a horrible team.
Evan, I feel like I cut you off earlier. You're about to say something. I don't know if you remember the point, but when I was talking about the draft lottery changing, and then you almost died from a cough.
I did.
So you're back.
I don't remember my thought anymore. It's completely gone.
I think the bigger thing, and this was a tone I heard in the office today, was do you even care that the Pistons got screwed? Like, do you actually care?
I didn't even know the lottery was on.
Okay.
The only reason I knew it was on because it was talked about in the chat, and it's usually on like prime time at night, like on a random weeknight, not like in the middle of the afternoon on a weekend. I was like, what the hell is actually going on?
I looked at my phone and saw everyone freaking out about the 5th pick, and I was like, what are they talking about?
The thing is, like, in my mind, like, I already knew we weren't going to get the first pick. And I'm not in love with any like prospect in the top. And like us dropping, I just like chuckled, laughed, and said, "Yep, this is why it's rigged." And I said, "This is why I don't like the NBA," and I moved on with my day.
The only reason I want like a top 3 pick was maybe the trade value was better. I don't know.
I guess
I don't know.
That star kid is nice. I guess.
I briefly looked at these like the mocks and saw like French kids that I've never heard of.
Yeah, top 2 Frenchies.
This might be too
kid, but
in the weeds for the lottery show, but I was listening to Bill Simmons and Russillo talk about the lottery, and Russillo said he was like texting some people, some buddies that work in front offices because he was trying to figure out like how bad is this draft really. They basically said like the first pick in this draft is like the 8th pick or 7th pick in a normally good draft, and they were like doing hypothetical trades, and they said if like because the Hawks have the first pick. They're like, if the Hawks offered the first pick and DeAndre Hunter to the Nets for Mikal Bridges, the Nets would say no in a heartbeat. They'd just be like, we don't want that. Like, we'd rather take Mikal Bridges because there's no first pick that tickles us with DeAndre Hunter to do that, which was eye-opening to me.
You know that means, like, I remember the last draft that was like this was when Anthony Edwards went 1. Basically said the same thing, and he's pretty good. So.
Yeah. That's fair.
There's always going to be someone that there will be someone in this draft probably that's pretty good. But there have been some drafts that were like the best player was like Otto Porter Jr.
Yeah.
He is garbage.
I mean,
if there's a year to not win, I guess it's this one.
That's true.
Last year is what we should be mad about.
Yeah, that sucked really bad. I looked back at our reaction clip of that, Alex, when we were watching. It was just shock and awe.
It sucked.
Shock and awe. I'm in the camp right now. This is me and my soapbox that I think Pistons fans, if I clip this and they see it, they might be a little upset at me. I'm taking Dalton Connect at 5 if he's there. I do not care. I'm doing it. I am tired of watching people on the perimeter of our team not be able to shoot a 3-point shot. People can say, oh, he's Bojan 2.0, where like he'll not be able to guard anyone. 2 counterpoints to that. 1, Bojan's still a serviceable player in the NBA. 2, this kid's way younger right now, and Bojan actually was able to guard, I remember, LeBron in a playoff series with the Pacers when he was younger. Like, not great, but at least like flustered him. Dalton Connect is super athletic. We all watch college basketball. The 3 of us.
He just has to try to play.
Yeah, we're hoop heads. He was asked to do so much at Tennessee, score every single point for them essentially, that yeah, maybe he didn't try super hard on defense, but I just can't I like Asar Thompson. I can't watch Cade kick out to Asar Thompson and him not shoot or brick a shot. I need someone that can stand there and knock down 40%, 39% from 3 on volume. Like, Connect was shooting 6, 9, 10 threes a game. I watched him. Also, this is an old man yells at clouds rant, but like the whole G League stuff, those games don't mean shit. I like watching a kid score almost 40 points against Zach Edey and Purdue for a trip to the Final Four. I know Dalton Connect has stones. I know he's not going to be scared in a playoff series. And then most recently,
we're never going to be in a playoff series.
That was good. Bring us back down to life. But Dante DiVincenzo, guy scored 35 points the other night. He's probably he's less athletic than Dalton Knecht is right now. You're telling me Dalton Knecht couldn't help this team immediately? He's old, but that's what we need. We don't need a project that's going to take like start immediately, and he'd be sick.
I saw Reed Shepard supposed to go 3.
Dude, me too. It's crazy. Also, don't hate that. He's smaller, but he could shoot the lights out.
It's a big year for white ballers.
Knecht is better, though.
I saw that we were
Zach Edey, Shepard. I love it.
Let's draft another center. Let's get.
I would trade Duren then.
I would trade Stewart. And
you guys want him?
Yeah, no. He's younger. Newer's always better.
No, I don't. I want a shooter. Shoot. I want a wing who can shoot the ball. I want a wing who can shoot the ball lights out.
This might be groundbreaking, but in the game of basketball, you have to be able to shoot and score, and we don't have anybody that does that. We have
a rim protector.
We have 17 of them.
Alex, I don't give a shit who we draft. I'm not going to watch the freaking games anyways. Go ahead.
I'm not going to watch when they start the season 6-26. I can promise you that. And I will immediately be tuned out again.
I feel like Evan Knecht, though, would be a little bit more exciting. I think you'd like Knecht.
Knecht would be a little bit more exciting. It'd be nice to.
He's got swag too. It
would absolutely be miserable to have to listen to Johnny Kane. Connects for a 3.
Oh. Yeah, no, you did nail that. I don't even have Bally's right now, so until they figure that out, no.
Bally just got
we still have to wait for it to go to court in Texas for bankruptcy for it to ever get on Amazon.
But really?
Yep.
I've just been waiting for the Amazon. I've been waiting for that notification. Buy it on Amazon.
It has to go through court, so.
That sucks.
We'll get there. Hopefully before next season.
I want to say this now. I'm not to the point where I'm going to start openly saying I want this franchise to be relocated because I know I would regret that decision in 10 years. But there's a kid, Matas Buzelis. He's a foreign kid. He played in the G League. If we
draft him, that's it.
His agent is Matt Tellum, who is Arn Tellum's son. Arn Tellum is the shadow operator of the Pistons. He's high up in the front office. He was an agent as well. And we've done this in the past when people have kind of scratched their head, why do we take Garza? Why do we take Livers? Why do we take? Oh no, it was the guy Balsa Kopricevic. Remember him? He was part of the Tellum agency. So we had a history under Weaver, which is really Tellum telling him what Tellum.
Is Weaver still employed by us?
Yes, right now, yes. He's collecting money.
Why?
Because we don't have a Pobo, because no one wants the job.
So once someone takes that, then they'll come in and fire Troy?
It's their decision when they hire this person what they want to do. But we legitimately had a guy that used to work for the Blazers.
We are a clown operation.
Alex, we had a guy for the Blazers, used to work for the Blazers. Open on the record, was asked to interview for our job, declined even to interview. Didn't decline the job offer, declined an interview. You know how hard,
has to be the lowest point of a Detroit sports team. This team is so bad. So bad in every aspect.
0-16 Pistons or Lions with bags over the head comes to mind, and Millen at the helm, just taking receivers that either flamed out.
And they were pretty good, reasonably close after that one Stafford game.
I'm just gonna, if this nepotism shit happens and we take Buzelis at 5 because it's the son of an agent of the guy running it, I'm done. I'm done. Also,
this just sucks, dude. It sucks how bad we are.
I will send you guys after this a highlight tape. Someone doesn't like this kid enough, Buzelis. They made a lowlights of him in the G League to the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme song. You can't unsee it. Even if this kid is good in the years to come, you'll watch this and be like, I cannot believe it because this
kid's going to be a star now.
He can't dribble. He simply can't dribble.
Give him the stamp of approval. He'll probably.
That's my only take. If we take Buzelis, I'm out.
I'll watch the draft probably, but if I have something better to do, I will do it. I don't care.
I was walking
out of them. I was
I knew it was starting at 3, and I was in Trader Joe's walking down the frozen aisle, and I flipped to the thing in time to see where we were at, and I saw 5 pop up for us, and I just put my phone away and kept shopping. I was like,
it's not that we should trade it, but now that we said that it's basically the 12th pick, in a normal draft, no one wants that.
You probably could get like a team's sixth man for the fifth pick.
Like, name one.
Like Lou
I'll
Williams.
take Draymond Green.
Like Lou Williams at his peak.
A 40-year-old Lou Williams.
Well, I don't know who's like sixth man of the year. I should look that up, but probably not him.
Who was sixth man of the year? Tyrese Maxey.
Oh yeah, you can't.
He was most improved. He was most improved.
Malik Monk. You could not get Malik Monk for the fifth pick. I'll tell you that. Maybe Emmanuel Quickly. Bobby Portis.
Portis punch in the face.
So we're gonna have to draft.
We might get Jimmy Butler for the fifth pick if Pat Riley doesn't want him anymore.
Well, that would be a dream.
If you did the fifth pick in Jaden Ivey or the fifth pick in Duran, you could get something.
Who wants those two?
I think Ivy. I think there's still hope for Ivy.
There's still hope for Ivy. Calm down, Alex.
Especially after the Maxey performance. Like, you talk about guys that can get to the bucket. He just has to learn how to shoot a little bit better.
Maxey
But their stats are similar
was good
to 2
at shooting
years.
in college. Do you remember his first game? He killed Michigan State.
Yeah, but I was comparing the start of their careers. Like, he wasn't.
Game I probably watched it.
He wasn't like nails when he entered the NBA. I think
he's really good now. Like
he's unbelievably good.
He's like elite level NBA player. We don't even have anything on our team that is like that. Cade is gone. Get to that question. See you later. Dude, I would have
when does he ask out?
I would have asked out on like game 30 last year. I'd been like, get me the out of here.
Well, he got hurt, so you have to look at it this way.
I think I would see who we draft and then be like, yeah, if I don't like this guy, I'm out. It's over.
There's no one good to draft unless we draft Connect or like some like proven college player that can light it up.
I would say if they don't,
Connect.
Tyson Walker.
Yep, light it up.
If they can't
to play the NBA,
if they can't win 25 games this year, I feel like that ask comes sooner than later. Like, just get me out of here.
I don't think he makes it past the deadline. If we're garbage by the deadline again, he's got to be asking out.
So I'm looking up now.
Those rumblings might start in like December.
Yeah, so 24-25, which will be next season, is the last year on his contract. It's a club option, and then he goes into restricted free agency. So we'll have the option. Like, this should be his extension window time, but like, you're going to have to give him a max deal. Absolutely massive year for the Pistons. Like, are we going to get even worse after this year? Because then you got to rebuild the rebuild. If he leaves, because then you have nothing.
Get a
Pobo.
And he fires Troy. Jesus Christ! If he doesn't, we got problems. That guy comes in. I'm imagining like we hire Magic Johnson to be president of basketball operations. He fires him, hires some great coach, and we fire Monty Williams too. We just eat that, and then we hire a great GM, Pat Riley. We steal him from Miami, and then we also take Eric Spoelstra as our head coach. That might convince Cade to stay. I don't see another scenario where it works. Brad Stevens, is he available? Can we get him?
No.
He's a GM.
Can I tell you a name that the big fish that we're going after? I know you guys like big fish, like rumor mill. The big fish swing. No, but it kind of rhymes with that. Tim Connolly is who we're smoke. I know. NBA circles, we're not as like in tune with it, but this man was in charge of building the Nuggets, and then he left for a pay raise to the Timberwolves, and he built the Timberwolves. And we're trying to give him an unprecedented $15 million a year bag to leave that job to come be a Piston and lead our team.
We can't get someone to be a president of basketball operations for $15 million a year.
Yeah, they're waiting for the playoffs to end. That's why they're saying it's taking long. But the other part of your brain, people are saying that Tim is just using us as leverage. He'd never come here. He just wants a bigger payday from Minnesota. So we'll see what happens.
I don't blame him, then. I don't blame him.
It's like when John Gruden used to say, I'm going to go coach. Give me more money, ESPN. I might go leave. And then he did. Then he did. So if we don't get Connolly, the names will not inspire you. They're like,
is Larry Bird still the president of basketball operations at the Pacers?
No, but I don't think that went very well.
Stopped in like 2004.
You don't want.
No, he was head coach. He was head coach in 2004.
He was a GM at one point. He was like in charge of their decisions.
I get that, but I think that hasn't been around for like 20 years.
But Michael Jordan's available.
What does Bill Laimbeer do? He used to coach the Shock. I feel like I'd want him making decisions.
20 years ago, yes. He used to coach the Shock.
They won the WNBA.
They won a title, though.
Hey, breaking news, the Shock's not in Detroit anymore, actually. If you guys didn't know that.
Nick Saban's got more time on his hands. Nick Saban would do a better job of managing a basketball team than Troy Weaver.
Yeah, 'cause you'd be blunt and honest. You'd just tell him that you guys aren't good.
What is Laimbeer doing these days?
I don't know.
He's
Las
nervous.
Vegas Aces coach and GM.
Oh, he's still in the
Coaching
biz.
career is over, but won't rule out future in basketball.
Yes.
You probably, I mean,
Bring it home. It's like Iserman.
I don't know.
Trust
He was a GM for the WNBA. Can you be a GM for the NBA? Seems
the
like
Lambeer. Is there anything that rhymes with Lambeer, like for a plan? The Lambeer layout. No. Bill's blueprint. The Iser plan and Bill's blueprint.
Let's hire Bill Simmons to be our basketball.
And Russillo.
I think
Russillo.
they would do a good job. I think
Russillo.
Russillo and him would do a great job.
Russillo
You know
would have
what?
Chris Paul on their team so fast.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome.
Let's take
Get that
Russillo.
jersey quick.
I'm going to cut this and tag him in the clip.
You-
Ryan, your offer to be Pobo of the Pistons. It cannot get
Please.
worse. Respectfully.
Please.
You
I
can
think
still
he
live in
would.
Malibu. You can zoom in and run the team from your house.
I don't know another guy that watches that much NBA basketball in the world. He would probably be pretty good.
Not Tom Gorse, I'll tell you that.
Tom Gorse couldn't name three players.
Dude, it was
in
so
their team.
funny. All the tweets and all the memes on what day did they do it? Saturday, Sunday? They did
Sunday.
a lottery, and a bunch of them was like, this is going to be so funny when Tom Gorse finds out in 5 to 6 days from now.
What? The fifth pick?
Yeah.
No,
Already
I mean, you
traded
jokester.
the
That was last year. No, Tom, it happened again.
Nope. Yeah.
All right. Other team that's not in the playoffs that probably won't be this year, the Tigers. I don't want to get down on them yet, but it's 40 games in, only 25%. They're now 21-20. They won tonight, so a little bit above. When I looked this morning doing the show doc, they were fourth in the AL Central, 4.5 games back, and they were 4 games back with a wild card. First question for you guys, because I know with the Bally situation, are you guys watching these games? Like, how much have you seen of the Tigers play this year?
I fully watched 95% of the game on Sunday with Verlander pitching. I got excited. Flaherty pitched great. And then the Tigers' offense, common theme throughout the entire year, non-existent. And so it was the worst game to watch.
I think the Tigers in general are very boring to watch, Evan, because they don't hit.
I don't think they're that boring to watch. It's just that game was just watching Verlander just carve us up. Was putrid. We didn't have a hit for 4 and 2/3 of an inning.
I'm not boycotting them because they're 500 through, whatever percentage of the season.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Worse. It seems like
6%
they've
now.
started decent like 3 years in a row, and then
No, that's a lie, Alex. It's a lie. It's a bull-faced lie.
I felt like they started pretty good last year.
We've always sucked at the beginning of the year.
No, that one Badoo year, we were sick.
Alex, you know what you're thinking of? You're thinking of the year that we won on a walk-off on opening day against the White Sox, and then we sucked every game after that.
Miguel hit the home run.
2 years.
No, it was Javi. Javi. That's
What was the
the snow
Cabrera
year
home
was
run
like-
in the snow? That was like last
that was like
year.
No, that was like 2 or 3
Yes.
years ago. It was
No.
not last year. Alex, it was
All right,
not.
You're making me look it up.
That was like from 2021.
No. Yes, it was 21. You nailed it. Great job. Wait, what? Wait.
It was a long time ago. It was
Wait.
not the year we won.
It was
This
not the
video
year
on
Miguel Cabrera retired.
March 30th, 2023. Miguel Cabrera's snow dinger on Detroit Tigers opening day is a classic moment. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
They're already calling it an instant classic in
2021.
2023. That's how old it is.
Wow. That's how mad I am about this franchise.
I'm pretty much the way I consume the Tigers is through our group chat with the torque bombs and stuff. And then I look at the team's Twitter account to see highlights. And then I would say I've watched 7 to 8 games on YouTube highlights the next day, like the 10-minute cut-ups. I watch them on 1.5 speed and just see what's happening. So I'm not that dialed in. I feel like a fraud talking about them. I just box score watch. But The one guy that I missed that got hurt, he was my guy at the start of the year, was Gio Urshela. He was awesome. Urshela. Thank you, Evan, with the name pronunciation.
Rare.
Urshela. He got hurt. He was clutch. So I don't know. Riley Green, to me, is standing out as a guy that's going to be a cornerstone of the franchise. He was really hot there for a little bit. Obviously, Torque might get hot now. This is good timing for Evan that he had 2 home runs in a row. But thus far, he really has been disappointing. Baez has done Baez things. There's been no turnaround really at the plate for him.
Ooh.
And I don't know. I guess it's just a bunch of – it just feels daunting in baseball right now because I look around baseball a little bit and I see teams like the Dodgers line up, the Padres line up, the Braves line up. Like these are stacked lineups. I just don't know how we even ever get to that level. It just feels like we have such a long way to go.
We used to have those lineups. It was awesome. I actually relived the other day the Tigers Red Sox ALCS. Joaquin Benoit, David Ortiz.
Why?
Oh, you watched the bad game.
Sometimes I like to feel pain, but I was just like, I watched that whole cut up on YouTube of that old game. Yeah, we had a nasty lineup. We were a sick team.
You know what's sad about those teams?
We're in the playoffs every year.
You know what's sad about those teams, and it's the biggest difference between a team that wins it all and loses it all, is I don't even remember our really good playoff games. We must have had a lot of them because we made 2 World Series.
The Don Kelly flick of the wrist at Yankee Stadium was pretty cool.
Okay, I do
Game
remember
5
that.
With Verlander and the Coliseum.
I do remember that vaguely.
Game 7 with Verlander in the Coliseum.
I just don't I can't think of many games where we just dominate teams. Those are missing from my memory.
We went to the World Series in 2014 because we swept the Yankees. Though we were the afternoon TBS games and we swept them.
I know. It just feels like that is blacked out because I
just
think of all the losses.
Game 8-1.
Did we play the Rangers in the ALCS and lose?
Yes.
Nelson Cruz, yeah.
I remember those.
I remember that.
I was at your house for one of those, and your mom was screaming about Nelson Cruz.
She loves
Tiger Killer. When you say Tiger Killer, I immediately think Nelson Cruz. He's the only player. Nick Punto. Michael Kadire. Michael Kadire carved us, dude.
The guy was a good baseball player.
Anyways.
Joe Mauer?
That's pretty much – yeah, but he was good against everyone.
Yeah.
Really good.
Honestly, my role model. He struck out twice in – no, wait. Twice in high school?
Octavio Dotel.
I think it was once. Did the one pitcher. And on his Hall of Fame night for the Minnesota Twins, they brought out that high school pitcher.
That's sick.
It's so stupid.
Joe Mauer has to be your idol, Grant.
Yeah, he was. He was awesome. He's also part of the reason I never –
Trivia question about Joe Mauer. He was committed to where to play football?
Delaware.
College football.
Delaware.
He was the number 1 quarterback in the entire country.
Notre Dame.
The Gophers.
Florida State.
Holy shit.
To play quarterback? Holy
QB. He was the number 1 quarterback in the entire high school ranking. Or if he wasn't the number 1, he was top 3.
I will say, though, he's part of the reason I blame myself for never, becoming a power hitter or trying to hit home runs because he didn't really hit home runs. He just focused on good contact. And I just wanted to be I wanted to be Pudge defensively and Joe Mauer offensively. So I just tried to teach myself to hit singles to right field and potentially a double every, 35 at bats.
Do you guys remember the electric game 163 while we were playing a middle school football game? Or
Rick Hilderly on the call would announce updates.
While we were playing our game.
Rick Porcello would pitch the game 163 as a rookie.
Yeah, because that's when there was rumors that Miguel was drunk the night before, out at some bar.
Beat his wife.
There was rumors about
that was inside the Metrodome. I think it was called the Metrodome.
Yeah, that place was a hellhole. A torture chamber to play in. That place I never felt good about.
No.
We won that game 163, right?
No, we lost.
Nope.
Oh.
I think Kadire had a big hit up the single or something.
And then
Alex, look it up right now. Alex, look it up.
The final season of the Tigers ever being decent, we lost to the Orioles. Didn't we get swept?
Yep.
Got swept by Delman Young.
Double down the line.
From
bases loaded. Our starting
You
rotation
type in
was
game 163 and Twins Tigers immediately pops up.
it was
2009.
Scherzer, David Price, and Verlander, and we got swept.
We lost 6-5 in 12 innings at the Metro.
What a game, dude!
Both teams scored in the 10th. It's tough.
That's when nobody was on second base too. That was just straight up.
We would definitely got home for the ending.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember that.
Trivia question: who was our losing pitcher?
Zamaya.
Octavio Dotel.
Fernando Rodney.
Oh,
And who homered for the Tigers? 2 people homered.
2 people homered in that game for the Tigers.
Yeah.
I guess
Oh.
Marcus Thames.
no! Who was
and
our shortstop that
Marks.
took steroids?
Johnny Peralta?
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Peralta.
I don't
No,
think he was on the team
Damn.
yet.
2 well-known Tigers.
This is 2009, right? So Carlos
Yeah,
Guillen, Curtis Granderson.
No.
Oh, Granderson was an
Bigger
absolute
bigger
stud.
Tigers names.
Prince
2009?
was he on the
Prince was
team?
on the
Yes.
team in 2009.
Not Prince.
You just said bigger.
So
Like-
Miguel
like-
Cabrera homered.
Oh,
Miguel Cabrera, yes.
And Pudge homered.
And Maglio Ordonez.
pretty big tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we
But
got.
Maglio got subbed out in that game for Cleet Thomas.
Yeah, probably for base running in extra innings.
Michael Kadire led off the 12th inning with a triple.
Yep.
Holy
Blair.
How do you get a
And
triple
then
in the Metro
Nick
Dome?
Punto.
Oh,
in
Punto.
a fly ball.
That's
left
the
fielder,
name.
Ryan
Punto.
Rayburn.
Ryan Rayburn.
No, but that was they surrendered. We threw them out at home or something.
Oh, I
And
do
was in
remember
the
that.
10th.
I do remember that.
And we got to the 11th.
I remember
didn't
Ryan
rewatch
Rayburn.
this game.
Ryan Rayburn gunned a dude down. The game-winning run.
Yeah, Ryan Rayburn did. That's crazy. Holy shit.
This might have been the greatest 163 of all time. It will.
Yeah, I
always
mean, there's
be
a
of
whole
all time.
Wikipedia page for it.
If
This
Ryan
basically
Rayburn
was
was
like-
going when he runs out at home plate, it's a game.
This is how the game ended. Carlos Gomez led off the bottom of the 12th with a single, advanced to second on a ground out. We
Carlos
intentionally
Gomez?
walked Delman
Holy
Young,
fuck.
and then this dude named
Delman Young again.
Then we signed him.
Casilla.
Everything goes through Delman Young.
It does.
Nick
this dude
Casilla?
named Casilla. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Alexi Casilla
Oh, killer.
Yes.
came on as a pinch runner early in the game, and he got thrown out. He was the guy that got thrown out.
Oh.
And then he came in and hit a base hit off Fernando Rodney for the win.
Damn.
You gave up that base hit to that kid.
If it makes you guys feel better, to get back to that point,
God,
I saw they updated the MLB prospects pipeline. Jackson Jobe is up to 10th. He's
Really?
flying up the boards for
I've got,
pitching
people at
arms.
work that are deep in MLB, and they
Yeah.
think that Jackson Jobe is like a superstar in the making.
Let's go.
Like they're like, dude, what do you think about him? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything about him. They're like, dude, he's a star.
People
do
in
they know like, how
baseball,
bad our
weeds
go.
is crazy.
How bad our GM was for like multiple years.
I mean, probably they're like people down here are like obsessed with baseball.
Well, I would be obsessed with baseball too if I just won the World Series every other year. If I went to the ALCS 7 years in a row, yeah, I would be obsessed with baseball too.
I just check to make sure the Tigers are above the Astros in the standings. That's what I do.
Well, they
5-game
just took
lead
2
right
out of
now.
3 at us. So
Got a 5-game lead on them. 6 now with the win.
People that are in the weeds of MLB prospects intimidate the shit out of me because that is such a grind to know.
The
Like,
fact they know who that is.
Fun
on
fact
our
for you?
team, it's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
fun fact for you, Hunter is a big prospect and Major League Baseball guy.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
Huge baseball guy. He knows more baseball
than
than I do.
A man of taste, film guy and MLB prospect guy.
His favorite show is that show on MLB Network. What is that called?
Hot stove.
Yeah, I don't know. Every Sunday
Around the
morning in
MLB
Cadmus
or whatever?
household, if you spend the night, come out to the living room and watch an MLB.
Quick pitch.
I think it is. I think it's called Quick Pitch.
I don't know.
Quick Pitch is awesome, though. I think it just shows the highlights of every single game. It's fantastic.
Because if you think about it, like college college football and basketball are so easy to know the prospects because those sports rock. Like you have to watch a kid in like AA baseball and like look at his highlights of like how's he doing in double. Like I would have no idea how a guy's gonna do.
Well, also people here watch like college baseball.
Yeah,
we don't do that.
But a lot of these kids are in high school. It's like Jackson Jobe just went straight from high school. So it's like how are you going to tell if he's good or not? You're just watching Erie Seawolf's highlights on Twitter. I know if he's good.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a different breed of person to like take the time to know these random. Do you know how many baseball players are in the minors?
So many.
Like tons. Like you think someone's out
Savannah
there, like,
Bananas?
Mike Hessman's still playing.
That Sam Benscooter kid's got a real chance to be on a playoff roster someday. What?
No. And then other good news before moving on. Max Clark, the high prize, he's up to 13th. So we got 2 top 15 prospects.
He's 13th.
He's 13th now.
Wow.
Wyatt Langford's still 4th, but whatever. We're gonna catch him eventually. And then we had another guy in the top 50, that Jace Young. Or Jace Young, is that how you say it? Is it Young? Silent J? I don't know. But he's top 50.
Who's the star we passed on that's on the Rangers?
Langford.
That's him.
But he hasn't done great to start the year. So TBD.
He just got called up, right?
He basically went right to the pros. Essentially. Because he was old. He was like 23. He's like Dalton Connect.
Torkelson.
Sure. Torque was younger.
He still sucks too.
We also have some guys, and my guy, my Tiger, Justin Henry Malloy. We need to get him in the major league soon. And then we have a guy, I think the Jace Young kid. There's a kid tearing it up in Toledo right now, and I think we just think he's too young. But I feel like we need to just bring these bats like Perez. We just need to bring the young guns up if the older guys aren't hitting. But AJ Hinch is way smarter than me, so do your thing. But I'm ready for young blood.
Yeah. Anything exciting would be great.
Premier League ends this weekend. So by next time we record, we'll find out if Man City or Arsenal win the league. Alex, when you're listening to this, our teams have probably already played unless you listen. And oh, yeah, they will have because I'm not going to finish this until tomorrow night. So basically, this will be listening in the future. I'm very nervous about playing Alex's team on the road tomorrow. I just feel terrible about it. So I hope they don't cost us a chance at the title. Don't score goals at Tottenham very often.
We just always do something we shouldn't against you.
At Tottenham.
No, in general. A lot of magical moments against Man City. A lot of Harry Kane moments, though. Voice crack.
Yeah.
But a lot.
I see Chelsea 7th in the league, Evan. Doesn't really look like
We've been playing well recently. I watched their full game on Sunday, I think it was. Most exciting 3-2 game I've ever watched. Like, that means nothing. Like, that meant nothing. It's our second half was full of energy.
You can still move into 6th. Does that get you into Europa?
It looks like
Caribou Cup, I think it gets us into.
Or no, it's the Europa Conference.
I don't give a shit, Alex.
Because it looks like
not the Champions League. I don't give a
Yeah,
only 5 goes to Europa, and then everything else is different.
6 and 7 have the opportunity, I think, to get in the one below the Europa, which is like a new thing. But like, let's be honest, who really cares about?
Because it used to be 5 and 6 get Europa. Now it says it's only 5.
The Dr. Love Tottenham update is that they had a really good chance to be top 4, and they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. So,
yeah, I did look at your last couple. That's why it's Man City's like minus 500 favorites. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. It's like way too much.
78% chance of Man City winning the game.
Well, they need it because they can't drop any points.
Realistically, we're not getting in top 4 anyways, even if we were to win that game, because I think Aston Villa plays like someone garbage in their last game. Crystal Palace out.
Yeah, damn, you guys have to win. So you guys are going to be all out pressing us. This is scary, scary scenes.
But
Crystal Palace is playing really good, though. Okay, we're in the weeds.
We can't really finish worse than 5th, though. So if we go down 1-0, like, season's just over anyway. So who cares?
True. Question for Evan. I thought, obviously, biased Michigan cover looked sick. I did not expect Donovan Edwards to be front and center. I understand. I think there's going to be another cover. I think this was just like the deluxe edition.
Deluxe version.
But I feel like you want the deluxe version. I don't know. Is this going to be one of those
I heard
things?
there was a Heisman version.
There's a bunch
I
of
saw that
versions
too.
of every video game.
Evan, are you going to be does this cross the threshold? I think you had said previously if it was a Michigan player, you would like just take the cover out and like leave it blank. Does this hit the threshold, or is it still cool enough where there's a lot of players around him?
There's a lot of players that's cool enough, but I'll tell you what, my gut reaction when I first heard, first thing I heard was Donovan Edwards is on the cover of college football. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Donovan Edwards is the athlete that you picked? And I instantly grabbed my phone and tried to find it, and I saw all the athletes, so I was like, all right. Thank God. They picked it's just a bunch of athletes with who still play in college football. So obviously, like, I don't blame them for picking Donovan Edwards. I just don't think you're going to pick anybody else on Michigan's team. Plus, they just won a national.
Put for them.
They just won a national championship, so obviously you probably should put them up there.
Yeah.
Also, the full reveal for the video game, I think, is this week.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so is the NFL schedule
on Wednesday.
Yeah, that'll be next show. Yeah, that's a good point, Evan, because if you had told me, I didn't know what direction they were going to go timeline-wise, but if you'd said, oh, Michigan players on the cover, I'd be, oh, JJ, they went, like, previous. Oh, Blake Corum made it on with his bloody nose. Oh, even I would have thought they put, like, Nick Saban on it to honor him. Of all people, they went forward-looking, and they went Donovan Edwards as, like, the main centerpiece. I was stunned, to say the least. But
well, you have to put the national champions in the middle.
I don't know. It looks sweet. It's a cool, like the design of them all walking out. It was awesome design. So I'm fired up for that.
But that's not the main cover.
That'll be my main cover. That'll be the one I will buy.
You're gonna pay extra for a cover,
dude. I've waited 10 years.
Also, video games are digital now. Like we're not getting copies.
I will get a hard copy.
Do Xboxes even let you put discs in anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think the new ones do.
I don't even think you can you can't go to the store and buy the game and hold
Yes,
it.
you can. You still can.
Stare at the cover in the car while your mom drives you home. Oh my God, I can't wait to play this.
That will be me. I'll make Marissa drive home while I hold it in the passenger seat.
I gotta take it out of the
I
gotta look at the back of the cover.
I still have to buy an Xbox, dude. God.
So do I. It's gonna be tough.
I'll never forget when I first got an Xbox. It was in Ann Arbor. We went to Red Robin, my mom and sister, after that, and I just remember being so nervous that someone was going to break into the car and steal it because I just couldn't believe I had an Xbox. I was like so excited that I had this console that all my friends were talking about, and I was just so nervous that it was going to be gone when we got back from bottomless fries from Red Robin. Because I thought they were the hot thing. All right.
Very funny.
Last thing, then we'll get out of here. No random questions today. We're just going to do PGA picks. Long shot favorite. Let me pull up the app here so we can figure out our threshold. I have already placed a wager on this event a couple weeks ago because it just felt right.
You bet Tiger Woods. That's disgusting.
I did not bet. I only had $4 in my account, so I just put $4 to pay out 72. So not like crazy, but they are plus 1,600 when I place the bet. They're probably higher now.
There's a PGA Tour video game with the Masters now on new gen consoles. I might have to get
Is it the remade one?
It says EA Sports PGA Tour, home of the majors, road to the Masters. And then the first comment is quite simply one of the best golf games we've ever seen.
Yeah, who wrote that? The maker of the game? Nerd.
I'll probably get that game while I'm waiting for the other game.
Speaking of courses, I know this is not new to you guys, especially Alex in the simulator league, but I thought it's cool at those TrackMans at Carl's. You could play Valhalla.
That's a very cool touch that they put those screens out there.
It was telling me everything, like my height,
free.
My distance, you could pick out targets in the range. No. Well, maybe. I didn't know what I was looking at, to be honest with you. I didn't look at it that much. And then you could play a course. Like I could pick a course and play it.
Half angle?
Yeah, I'm sure they had that. I should have took a picture. Next time I go, I will. I might just start playing courses. I don't know.
Yeah, you might as well. See if you light them up.
See if I light them up, yeah. I think plus 6,000 looks like a fair cutoff. I don't know if you guys think this too.
Of the people?
Yeah, I can. I had it on my phone, but I'll log it on my laptop.
I got my
two
picks.
Struggling with it earlier, so I don't know if he figured it out.
I could not find it on DraftKings. I had to go to my other one.
Evan, you can do your favorite while I pull this up because
What's our cutoff?
My favorite would be my usual long shot, but I'm going with Tommy Fleetwood.
Fleetwood.
Did you say Fleetwood?
Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh, I have it up, Grant. Never mind.
Well, I already pulled it up.
What's our cutoff?
I was saying plus 6,000. I feel like it looks like the right range because on mine it says Jason Days and Benny Han is 6,000 and Hideki's 6,000. I feel like that's fine.
Okay.
Unless you guys think that's not.
Tommy Fleetwood, he said.
Where is he at? Oh, plus 4,000. Nice.
Oh, mine are way.
Tommy
less than you
Fleetwood.
guys.
Grant, you can go.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, I'm torn. There's two people that I think are going to win. That I feel good about. Let me, before I get my pick, hype this up a little bit. I know the PGA is looked at, the fourth major, blah, blah, blah. They've won. They've done a good job of changing when this event happens. It used to happen, I feel like, it's the last major, and people were tuned out. Now, this is perfect. We're in. I love where they put it. It's still got juice now because you're still riding the Masters high, and the storyline's going in. I don't know if someone's going to pick him, Alex, but that old Rory fella, he's doing the thing again where he wins the week before. He won here in 2014. He's won a tournament. Scheffler won his last tournament, and Brooks Koepka won his last tournament. So there's three big hitters who have all won the last tournament they played in.
Crazy.
Going in. Scotty just had a child, I believe. So you got the new dad effect from Scotty.
2 days ago.
But I'm not. I placed money on Brooks Koepka. I placed money on him at plus 1,600 a couple weeks ago because I thought he just dominates PGAs. I'm not going to say the name that I think will win this. I'm going to let Alex go, and then I'll say who I think will actually win for my favorite. But I'm taking Brooks just for consistency with my bet.
I think, in my head, I honestly think Rory and Scotty are like the obvious choices. Like, I think Koepka probably wins. I'm going to take Colin Morikawa.
Interesting. PGA champ.
He's been playing
Been
well
there,
this
done
year.
that.
He's won multiple times, won multiple majors. You can definitely do it. Was right there at Augusta. Why not?
Hey, Connor, I might take Bryson to miscut. Feel like he's going to implode after the Masters. Okay, so we got
Who did you think was going to win?
John Rahm. Because I think it's
like golf attitude is all up right now.
I know. I think that's what they want you to think, and I think that's what everyone
He said
is
it. He
thinking.
said Liv is not competitive enough for me. And then
During
he's
Masters
not
time.
focused.
During Masters time.
That was a month ago.
But I
It's been a
think
month.
he took that on the chin, and I think the PGA is a place where he'll just win, and he'll be like, all right, Rahm's back.
All right, long shots.
Long shots.
Evan?
Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Nice.
U.S. Open champ.
Good golfer. That's a good value, I feel like.
Grant.
So this sucks because normally I at least do a little research of like course attributes, and I read some article that like convinces me on a long shot. I did not do that, so I'm just going off the grid here. And then part of me just wants to pick a name that's fun. I'm taking this guy because I bet on him to finish top 20 at the Masters on Sunday, and he did a good job. I'm taking Sepp Straka. I'm just going to take Sepp Straka to as my long shot plus 8,000. Just not a sexy name whatsoever. It's not his fault. That's what he was named at birth.
Ryder Cup.
But he finished T16 at the Masters plus 2, so not crazy, but T16 at a tough course. Sepp Straka.
I feel like when you're picking a long shot, you have to pick someone that you think can actually win and not just
I do.
compete.
I do.
Evan's guy, proven major winner, can win. Your guy cannot, has not won a major. Probably
PGAs, though.
Clouds.
PGA's where you come out of the clouds.
So I'm going to pick a guy that has done it before. So I'm between two. There's only like 2 long shots that have really done it. Well, 3. I would pick Zalatoris, but he withdrew a couple weeks ago because he's injured still. I'll just pick my guy. I'll just take Jordan Spieth plus 8,000. Playing terrible right now. It's very unlikely he puts it together for a week, but he's at least done it. He knows how to do it. He knows what it takes.
Sepp Straka is more likely to win this tournament than Jordan Spieth is.
Is my boy Paul Casey in the field?
Give it up, Evan.
There's 191 players in this field.
Oh, God, he's got to be in the field then. Paul Casey.
So,
well, you never want to not mention his name and then he wins it and be like, oh, Evan, I thought he was your guy.
All right, usually every time we talk about majors, I tell you that Tiger Woods will make the cut. Seeing the pictures of him today, I think he's too beefed up, way too muscle, way too big to walk around a golf course for multiple days. I think he will.
What is the undulation? A lot of hills or what? What are we
I think
looking
he's
at,
missing the cut. I think he's missing the cut. I think it's a pretty hilly place.
You think or you know? I don't see.
I mean, Louisville is hilly terrain. That's a
except for the horse track, that's flat as hell.
Well said. All right. This is not official because with the Masters, I got in the weeds on the Thursday of the weather in the morning and afternoon tee times, which almost landed me a bomb with Benny On from first round leader. This is just going to be a reckless sprinkle play for round 1 leader, just a name, a vibe, but stay tuned. I might tweet out later if I look at the weather and things change. You're going to hate this. You all are going to hate this, but a PGA Championship, kind of a dull event compared to the other 3 majors. When you think of dull players and people that you just would not want to be paired up with who play slow, you think of Brian Harman, plus 9,000, round 1 leader. You bet $5, you win $455. Place that bet.
The quick facts I'll give you about the course: there's 62 bunkers. That is a lot of bunkers. And it is very long. It is a big, long golf course, so the long hitters will benefit. Brian Harman, for what it's worth, is 200th on tour in driving distance.
Shout out
leader,
Connor,
Alex.
Bryson.
Miscut. 3 bunkers per hole based
And
on that ratio.
Most par 4s are near 500 yards. That's
I want to see any names. I know it's 10 years ago, but
Brian Harman's going to have hybrid in.
Can we stop talking about my golf? Can we learn anything from the 2014 results, or is it too far gone?
Rory,
from that?
the biggest hitter.
I mean, Jim Furyk can finish T5 in this event, so I mean,
Jim Furyk has won a major Grand. Put some respect on that guy's name.
I'm just saying the age, though. The age. Ernie Els finished T7. This was a different era of golf. Ricky Fowler, T3, Evan.
That was his peak. He probably played in the
Henrik Stenson,
Finished in top
T3.
5 in 4 majors in a row.
He
Dude,
this is the final group in 4 majors.
This is a kick-ass top 7. You had Rory, Phil, Henrik Stenson, Fowler, Furyk, Ernie Els. I mean, Christ. Oh, Brent
You keep
Snedeker.
saying this is the major that random names flow to the leaderboard. In major championships, the best golfers in the world are always in the Sunday leaderboard. It's just what
Okay, ask Graham McDowell that, Alex. Graham McDowell, top
No,
golfer.
that's not.
he was the number 1 golfer in the world at one point.
No, he wasn't.
Angel Cabrera. Angel Cabrera won the Masters, bro.
Angel Cabrera's
Yes,
in jail now, Alex. He's not a good
but
golfer.
the majority
Is he
of the
actually?
He's in jail.
You're not listening. The majority of the leaderboard is full of top players. Some random dude might win out of that pack.
Well, Alex,
but
they're
most of
technically
those
all
guys
on the
are good.
leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm talking front page.
My point is, I feel like this is where people break out when they're good, but they break out. So going off of that, it should be Ludwig, but I think he's been injured lately, so I don't love him.
He is injured. Didn't play this week because of it.
There's no chance you guys could name.
Blew the PGA last year. Wasn't it the PGA last year that JT won?
Brooks won.
No, that was the Mito Pereira
2
in
years
2022.
So
I mean, look at that kid.
Brooks
That guy, all he had
Koepka,
to do was hit a fairway shot, and he won the championship.
Justin Thomas, star. Phil
Yeah, you're gonna
Mickelson out of nowhere as an
Old.
old guy.
Justin Thomas got handed that championship.
Colin Morikawa, good. Brooks Koepka,
Wait.
good. Brooks
Wait,
Koepka,
Alex.
good. Justin
Alex,
Thomas,
but that was Colin
good.
Morikawa's breakout.
Yes, exactly. Thank you,
Yeah,
Justin
but he
Thomas.
was like an elite amateur college golfer. Like everyone knew he was going to be good.
But he had never done it.
You still have to do it. That was his breakout. He barely even won on the tournament, and then he won the PGA Championship out in San
I think
Francisco.
that was his first win.
It's the lowest pressure of the four majors, by
But listen
far.
to the names of these people: Brooks Koepka,
But-
Justin Thomas, Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, but
Tiger
we weren't
Woods,
saying
Tiger
Colin
Woods.
Morikawa's name when he won the first major. When he
Yes,
won
there's
his
a
first
couple
major.
random ones. Jimmy Walker.
Yeah, but JT's was the PGA, his first ever major, so breakout.
His only 2 majors are PGAs.
And then wasn't Brooks?
He won in 18.
No, he won the
19,
U.S. Open and Aaron
and
Hills.
23.
He won the U.S.
3
Open.
PGAs.
He's a killer, and he's going to make me more money because he just owns the PGA
2.
Championship. Oh, man, he can't go back-to-back, though. I like John Rahm. John Rahm hasn't won one yet.
Last time Brooks went back-to-back in 18-19.
But notice how Alex doesn't mention Jimmy Walker in 2016. Who's
I
Jimmy
said
Walker?
him. I said his name.
Or Jason Duffner.
He was
Keegan
also,
Bradley won a
super
PGA.
high in the golf rankings. Keegan Bradley is a pretty good golfer. Played on the
Yeah, but
Ryder Cup.
what are his odds right now? He's probably like plus 15,000.
He's old now.
Look at those fingers go typing.
Keegan Bradley, when he won, was 10th best golfer in the world.
All right, so
So,
who are the top 10 golfers right now?
oh my God, Ricky Fowler to win a tournament, $10 wins you $1,000.
You want to know who the top 10 golfers are right now?
I got
Scotty
it.
Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, Wyndham Clark, John Rahm, Ludwig, Victor, Patrick Cantley, Max Homa, Brian Harmon is number 10.
No shit.
Yeah, Brian Harmon can kick
First
my ass.
round leader.
Tommy Fleetwood, 11. Thagala, 12. Morikawa, 13. Matt
This could be a-
Fitzpatrick, 14.
This could be a Thagala, like Sunday he's
No
in
way.
contention.
No.
All right,
Never will.
never mind.
He'll never win a major.
He hit a dead shank in the Players this year. Dead
It could be a
shank.
Wyndham Clark feels right for a Sunday share
He's
the lead.
pretty good. He's unfortunate.
What about Victor? Victor's been quiet.
It's been really bad this year.
Dude, Brian Harmon, top 10.
You win a major and you go way up. Jason Day, 19th. Good for him. Sepp Straka, 21. Keegan
Yes.
Bradley is 20th. That should tell you
Yeah.
everything you need to know. He's still better than Sepp Straka.
Not on
Jordan
this weekend.
Spieth, very tough.
Where's he at?
Open the year
Oh.
at 15.
Dude, who is Chris Kirk?
Just a classic road warrior.
And that's how you know it's time to cheers
GTM.
to episode
Bad.
166. Chris Kirk mentioned.